Hey beauty babes, I'm Racquelle and this is Perfected Beauty. For my first video ever, I wanted to do something a little bit out of the box. So today I'm going to be showing you how I created this otherworldly beauty. She's purple, she's glittery, she's got a cut crease, and she's kind of alien-ish. So to get started, we're going to be applying a bald cap. This is one that I made myself with a balloon, some liquid latex, some Vaseline, and a lot of trial and error. That being said, this is the first bald cap that I've ever made and applied, so please forgive the imperfections. I'm starting by laying down some liquid latex everywhere that I want the bald cap to stick, but you'll probably want to start by laying down some Vaseline to help with removal after the fact. Trust me, it'll help, especially in areas where you have the hair. So once we have the bald cap adhered, we're going to move on to brows. I'm going to be brushing them upward at first and then using some glue to get the tail ends as flat as possible so that we can cover them up later on in the tutorial. Next, I'm going to be taking this scar wax and rolling it between my fingers to create the raised areas on her skin. I pulled inspiration for these from the West African practice of scarification, which is seen as a form of beauty. At first, I was using some eyelash glue to stick these down, but then I decided that I like the liquid latex a little bit better for the job. So you do whichever one works for you. Once you have all of those in place, strike a pose, check yourself out, and let's get started on covering ourselves in purple. I'm going to be using this cream color that I mixed together myself, dotting it all over and then blending. If I had to do this part over, I would probably use water-activated body paints just to save on some time, but hey, you live and you learn. I started by using my beauty sponge on my face, but then I decided to stick with the brush because it just moves the product around much easier. I'm going to be bringing this color down as far as the eye can see, so my neck, shoulders, and chest. And then we can move on to highlighting. I'm using this white cream color similar to the one that we use for our base and putting it everywhere where I'd normally be putting my highlighting concealer. I'm blending that out with my makeup sponge, and then I'm going to go over the edges of the highlight with that same brush just to make sure that there are no harsh lines. Next, I'm going to be setting that highlight with some translucent powder and dusting that same powder all over everywhere that we put that cream color to try and avoid creasing. Speaking of creasing, to prep for our cut crease, I'm going to be taking this NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in Milk, and I'm applying this straight from the pencil at first and then tapping it out with my finger, making sure to take this all the way up over top of the brows that we blocked out earlier. Now I'm just doing a little nose contour with a darker purpley blue color and moving on to our transition shade, which is just this purple that's very similar to the foundation color that we have on. I'm buffing this all over the eyes to help make sure our cut crease blends smoothly. I jumped up to the brows to help frame our work area, and I'm just filling these in with a black cream color, but you can use a black gel eyeliner, a black eyeshadow, or whatever works best for you. I'm making sure to bring the tail of these over top of the bald cap to help disguise that not so smooth transition. Alien brows on fleek. I'm using a light purple color underneath to clean up just like you would use a concealer, and then it's back to the eyes. I'm starting out by cutting my crease with some black shadow on an angled brush, making sure to bring the end all the way out almost to the tail of my brow. I'm going over that with the color that we contoured our nose with just to soften that line a bit. Coming on top of that with a dark purple shade on a flat brush, packing that on. And then using a clean brush with no product just to move that product around and blend it out. And then lastly, I'm going to come on top of that with our transition color. I finished this eye off camera and now I'm going to show you how. We're going to start by cleaning up this cut crease with a white cream color, which is also going to double as our eyeshadow primer. So we're going to tap this out with our finger and place a white shimmery highlight on the inner corner. Next, we're going to be using that same color that we use as our transition for our lid color. So we're going to tap that on and cover up everything except for where the white shimmery highlight is. And then we're going to go back and blend those two colors together. Next, we're going to be taking this NYX liquid matte eyeliner in black and creating our cat eye. We're going to be doing this before we do the glitter so that we don't have chunky glitter that we have to go over, and we're also going to be able to use less product. Next, we're going to be taking this NYX white liquid liner and accenting our cut crease with it. So I'm going to be creating a line from the inner corner where the white shadow starts all the way to the tail end of the cut crease. You're going to want to be sure to let this line dry before moving on, otherwise it could smear. If that happens, take a small detail brush and clean up on either side of the line just to make it look nice and crisp. Next, I'm going to be taking this pretty purple glitter and putting this over top of the purple shadow on our lid. So I'm just laying down some eyelash glue and then packing that glitter on top. Here I'm taking that darker purple shadow that we use to intensify the cut crease and smoking out the bottom lash line with it. I'm also going to be bringing that white inner corner highlight down to the inner corners of the bottom lash line. And then just for a touch of sparkle, I'm going to add this hexagonal glitter to the inner tear duct. Add mascara. And here's when I decided to add the glitter crown to try and take some of the attention away from where the bald cap meets my face. So right now I'm just marking it out, and then I'm going to apply some liquid latex with a sponge and then dip that sponge directly into the chunky glitter and just lay it down on top of that. Onto the lips, I'm going to be applying this NYX liquid suede lipstick. It's this beautiful purple color that I thought just went perfectly with the look. So I'm going to be applying that. And then in the center, I'm just going to be taking that same cream color, the white one, and creating an ombre lip. So basically, I'm just dabbing this in the center of my lips and blotting my lips together. Dab, 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 blot, 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 and there you go. I'm going to add one more swipe of that purple lip on top just to make sure it all blends seamlessly. Then I'm taking some more liquid latex down the center of my lip and adding the glitter to match the headband. You know, those lip rings are all the rage. I decided to add some funky contour to my face just to give it a little bit more shape. So I'm just taking a darker purple cream color and applying that with a brush, and then I'm going to go back with my beauty sponge and blend that out. Now I'm taking that same white shimmery highlight that I used for the inner corners of my eye, and I'm highlighting all of the raised places on my face. So on the bridge of the nose and the two kind of scars that I have on each of my cheeks. I'm going back and setting that contour with a darker purple shadow. I decided to be risky and attempt an inner eye wing. Now, my eyes have a tendency to be quite disrespectful and always water the second that I go to put an inner eye wing. This time it worked out for me, so I just went with it. I'm adding just the final touches of highlight and cue goofy dance break in 5, 4, 3, 2,